Hello everyone, and this is BioPhoenix here, and I have a feeling that this one is going to be a real short one. So the one I'm taking a look at today is on the Game Gear, and it just happens to be Griffin. Yep, just regular ass Griffin. So it happened to be developed by Renovation and published by Telenet. And it was released in 1991, and I'm pretty sure you can take a guess of what this game is just by looking at it right now. So it's an arcade-style tank shooter that is very similar to games like Iron Tank or TNK3, but just on the Game Gear. And as for the story, well, there's like no story in this game whatsoever, other than the fact that you're playing as some blue-haired chick and you're riding a tank that I assume is called the Griffin tank. There's really not much I need to add here, other than the fact that there are cutscenes in this game, but I mean that in the loosest way possible, because they're just still images of your blue-haired character. Yeah, I know I don't sound very enthusiastic right now, but let's just get this over with. So, when it comes to the gameplay, as you would expect for a shoot-'em-up, you go around and you shoot the everlasting shit out of everything, and you gotta go from point A to point B, and then you fight a boss at the end. Simple as that. But you do get three types of basic weapons that you can select between from. There's just regular shots, then there's torpedoes, and then there's grenades. And you get a limited amount of bombs that just blow up the screen. So yeah, just like your other average shoot-'em-up. So now, let's start talking about the game's controls. So the controls in this one are okay. I really don't think I need to explain the button layout, but for how responsive they are, yeah, there's really not much to say. They're okay. They're not really horrible, but they're not really great. I guess the only thing I can really complain about here would have to be the fact that trying to shoot diagonal can be a real bitch. Also, the hit detection on those flaming lasers just pisses me the fuck off. But otherwise, it's okay. And now let's get moving on to the other things, like the graphics. So the graphics here are decent for Game Gear standards. So I'm sure all of you know that the Game Gear is basically a Master System on the go. So I do like the sprite work in this game. They're all really big and they are pretty detailed for what they are. And also those still images are actually really nice looking, so at least they did that pretty good. But the backgrounds in this game are a little bit bland though. Not only does everything just look really dark, but all like the themes in it though are just really generic. But probably my biggest complaint is that the screen is just way too zoomed in. And it really makes everything just much more annoying, especially the fact that everything is already like big sprites as it is. So overall, there is a couple things about the graphics that I do kinda like, but the rest of it though is just pretty underwhelming. And as for the game's music, well, the music in this game is just completely forgettable and it's just very repetitive. It's just like the same like few second loop over and over and over again. And I couldn't find any of the music online, so it really tells you something, but yeah, so I'm putting like random ass like tank music in the background. I don't know, probably like Iron Tank or something. I'll figure it out whenever I edit this shit together. So now, if you wanted to buy this game, well, what the fuck? I'm not making this up, this actually is a thing. I guess this game is like crazy rare or something. So if you guys want to like spend a shit ton of money on a mediocre game, well, be my guest. And now as for my overall thoughts on Griffin is that, well, I've already said it already, this is just a very mediocre game. Hell, I'd even say that it's even below average. But two things I didn't mention yet is that in this game, you die like way too easily. Like if you hit like one enemy once, it takes away like half your health sometimes. It's very inconsistent, and you never know exactly how much it's gonna do to you. But those flaming lasers can like drain your health in like less than a second. And the other thing is that this game has limited continues, so if you die a certain amount of times, it's all the way back at the very beginning of the game, cause fuck you. So yes, this game is not very exciting, and it's also just really frustratingly difficult. So if you want a good tank game, well, you can always just take a look at Poppin' Tanks, which I reviewed on the PS1 last year. But if you're talking about more ones that are closer to this, very arcade style, well, just stick to the ones from SNK that I already mentioned. Because those not only came out prior to this for many years, but also they're actually good. Where this one just sucks Peter Griffin's asshole. And just like Action 52 and Color a Dinosaur, it's shit that comes at a price. Even playing it for free, this game still bored the hell out of me. So yeah, if you at least do want to play this game to see what it's all about, just don't pay $700 for it, just don't. And with that, we're going to be ending off this mediocre review with such a mediocre game. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching and commenting, and have yourselves a great day. And hopefully we'll take a look at another tank game that is not shit.
What's your name?
My name? P. T. Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin. Oh, crap.